Hello there, I hope you're well. It's Brigit Egan here, Managing Director from Oakridge. I just wanted to connect out with you because I've been reflecting a lot this week on the events that we've seen in the US with such a heavy heart and so much sadness. And it got me thinking about humanity as a whole. And during the recent months, we've certainly seen the best of humanity and the worst. And I started to think about values and, kind of what motivates people to do the things that they do. How do values play a part? When we set up Oakridge, we set it up on three core values, three simple values which we lived by, recruited by, worked by. And these values were simply integrity, honesty, truthfulness, delivering on our promises, transparent, so doing everything with great integrity, excellence, that we will always strive to do our best and work really hard to continue to improve, and outcome focus, so that we always start with the end in mind. What is it that we're trying to achieve? So those core values continue and remain within Oakridge, but we also work, we've adopted an African philosophy, and I thought I would share it with you because it may resonate with you and you may take something from it in these troubling times. It certainly has great meaning to us, and it's had great meaning to me at Oakridge. And the philosophy is described in one word, which is Ubuntu. And Ubuntu comes from a language used by a South African tribe called the Nguni Bantu people. It's a beautiful word, and I came across it because Nelson Mandela used it on many occasions. And then it was adopted by Bishop Desmond Tutu when he was leading the Truth and Reconciliation project out in South Africa, where he was working with humanity and trying to heal past hurts and bringing people together. So at Oakridge, Ubuntu is at the heart of everything that we do. And I thought I'd take a little bit of time and just describe to you what Ubuntu means. So Ubuntu focuses on people's allegiances with one another and relationships, and how we relate to one another. It addresses the essence of what it means to be human, and the concept has two parts to it. The first part is that the person is friendly, hospitable, generous, kind-hearted, caring and compassionate, and gentle. In other words, someone who will use all their strengths on the behalf of others for the benefit of others. The person treats others as he or she would expect to be treated, something that most of us were brought up with, this idea of treat others as you would expect to be treated. And because of this idea of treating others as you would want to be treated, they express the second part of the concept, which concerns openness, large-heartedness, and that they are willing to share all of their worth. So they've got this really abundant mentality, sharing their worth. People with Ubuntu are approachable, they are welcoming, their doors are always open, their attitude is kindly and well-disposed, they are not threatened by goodness in others because their own self-regard is generated by knowing they belong to the greater whole. So this idea links back to emotional intelligence, this idea of high, strong self-regard. They're not threatened by people that do good things because they're part of that from a humanity point of view. They recognise that they belong to the greater whole. Ubuntu says, I am human because I belong. We all have this sense of wanting to belong and be a part of something, and Ubuntu is very much about that. And when you think about it, in Africa, communities and tribes came together very strongly. And in Western civilization now, and in Europe, we've adopted this idea of being tribal and adopting and being part of a tribe, which I think is a lovely concept and we can be part of different tribes. We could have red-headed tribes, we could have tribes that centre around health and well-being, so a number of tribes that are formed. So Ubuntu as a concept is I am a person through other people. So again, I couldn't do what I do if it wasn't for the kindness and generosity and support and guidance of others. It's a concept that's perfectly described in the two words me, we. Me and we belong together. We would not know how to think or walk or behave or talk unless we learnt it from our fellow human beings. So we need one another. And because we need one another, our natural tendency is to be cooperative and helpful. And we've seen that, so much of that over recent weeks. And we've got so many examples of how that's been done so beautifully. So Ubuntu shows us that the only way that we can be human is together. So I'll leave you with that thought. I hope this idea of togetherness, I hope we continue to connect with each other, be kind and be good, and see the goodness in others and not feel threatened by this. I hope some of this resonates with you. I hope you've got something to take away. If you want to connect with me, to have a conversation, to find out more about Ubuntu, or just to chat, we know it's really, really important, that human connectedness. I'd be delighted to hear from you. So I wish you well. I wish you kindness, care and safety, and sending out lots and lots of love to you all. Bye for now.